Team, we begin with breaking news tonight. Hello everyone, I'm Doug Profit. Up to 6 students and players have been taken to the hospital in Louisville tonight after a railing collapses right in the bleachers at Wagner High School in St. Matthews. That's right off Hubbard's Lane. It happened at the end of the St. X and Trinity soccer game, and we are being told by the St. Matthews chief that most all of the injured are from St. X. We have video from our crew just into the newsroom moments ago, as you can see from the scene. And WHAS11 night team's Clarice Shaley. There's a look at the railing in the bleachers that is bent as it collapsed today. Within the past hour, as a matter of fact. WHAS11 night team's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Aspen Hester are right now on the scene live at Wagner High School, where all of this happened within the past hour. The details are still coming together. And Clarice, do we know anything yet about the extent of the injuries of these students and players?
No, Doug, at this time, we don't know about the extent of the injuries for those students and players. Right when we came in, it started to clear out pretty quick. Actually, no one is here at this time and everything has been shut down, but we did get to go inside of the field and see the railing. It seems to be bowed in. Actually, Mayor Rick Tonini showed up around the same time, but you've been able to talk to a few people, try to get some information on what's going on here. What have you learned?
Well, tonight was a regional soccer game for Louisville High School. St. X and Trinity were playing, and they're big rivalries in the beginning. The reason they're playing at Wagner's because this was a regional game, or they would have been playing at their own fields. Wagner just completed this new stadium, both soccer and football. The stands are brand new. After 2 overtimes, St. X won, and the players rushed over to the stands to celebrate with the students when the stands, the wall and metal wall in front of the stands collapsed towards the players. The sea of humanity fell on top of the players, and they had 6 people injured. 3 were transported and taken to the hospital by their families. So it's a tragedy, but who would have thunk?
Yeah, it is. Is it surprising to you with the new equipment that may have happened?
It is. I'm sure there'll be an investigation made. I'm sure they'll look at the gauge of the steel that broke. I'm sure that there'll be an investigation by both Wagner High School and the company that installed the seating.
So they'll have to get that repaired as well after this damage has happened.
I don't know. They may keep people off the stands until they can find out why it fell like it did.
Thank you, Mayor. So again, as far as we are aware at this time, 6 people are injured in the hospital right now. Do not know what the state of their injuries are.
6 people are in the hospital. I said 3 people were transported by ambulance, and 3 were thought to be transported by their families. I don't know if they're in the hospital.
Yes, thank you. We learned that from the police chief just a few moments ago, but thank you for that clarification. Again, we don't know the severities of their injuries at this time, but we will keep you updated online and on air. Doug?
Okay, Clarice, thank you very much. With the mayor of St. Matthews there, Rick Tonini, again giving us the latest information as we come back here to the studio. Up to 6 people taken for treatment tonight. 3 taken to the hospital by ambulance, and at least 3 others possibly taken by parents, mostly from St. X High School. Again, they were playing at Wagner High School tonight against Trinity, as the mayor explained there. And then the railing collapsed. This happened all within the past hour, right at the end of the game, as St. X beat Trinity there on the field at Wagner. Again, we'll keep up to date on this throughout the night team here on WHAS11, bringing you any information we get on the possible severity of the injuries, and of course, following updates on WHAS11.com throughout the evening and in the morning on Good Morning Kentuckiana. Now moving on to our other top stories here tonight, a demand for financial transparency in the city of New Albany this evening. Several Hoosiers taking to their city council to address Mayor Jeff Gahan's ongoing legal battle around the Silver Creek Dam. WHAS11 night team's Jose Alonso and photojournalist Aspen Hester tell us more about these troubled waters.
We need to know what is going on with that stupid dam. angry Hoosiers attending the New Albany City Council meeting with multiple signs and public comments.
This vote says that the council lacks the courage to stand up to a mayor who clearly thinks he is untouchable.
On the agenda, an ordinance to fix the flood control budget for next year. The concern, how much taxpayer money is being used to fight a legal battle for this. The Silver Creek Dam, also known as the Glen Mill Park Dam. President of the City of New Albany Council, Adam Dickey, says they hear the concern.
And I think that's where you heard some of the citizens speaking out because they really want to see the information from the mayor. I think people can be frustrated all the same, but what we have to think about as council members is how we're going to make sure that we provide for city services.
Last year, New Albany Mayor Jeff Gahan approved construction to improve the safety around here at Silver Creek Landing. That plan came to a halt when the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers issued a cease and desist order. Now, Hoosiers are demanding transparency on how much taxpayer money was spent fighting this litigation.
We do want to give a special thank you.
Mayor Jeff Gahan was not in attendance to address this public concern.
We don't even know why the mayor is so obsessed with protecting this dam. There is no historical significance to it. And so we're spending all this time and all of these resources that we could be helping each other when the world around us is burning down and feels terrifying. We should be able to be standing together.
I will continue to work with individuals to try and advance the case, try and work with the mayor to get the information, to bring this to a close, and hopefully emerge from it in a much better place.
The demand for transparency is as clear as this water in Silver Creek. In New Albany, Jose Alonso, WHAS11 Night Team on your side.
As a footnote to our story, by the way, we want to let you know that Mayor Jeff Gahan's media person was at that meeting tonight. He acknowledged receiving our email for comment and a pending open records request and said he would look at it tomorrow. When we notified him about this story airing tonight at 11, he told us, quote, "Good luck with your story," end quote.
Do you support ICE taking working people off the streets and kidnapping them?
Senator Mitch McConnell falling again today as he was being asked some questions on the way to a Senate vote. As you can see here, after getting up, he waves right back to the person from an environmental group who was questioning him, and then he keeps on walking toward the Senate floor for the vote. McConnell spokesperson Stephanie Penn telling us, quote, "He's all good," went on to vote and voted again this afternoon on the defense appropriations bill, end quote. Well, just 2 days ago, WHAS 11 News, if you joined us right here on the night team, was covering McConnell here in Louisville at the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce event, where he talked about being diagnosed with polio.
Well, I was 2 years old when I got polio, so most of what I know about it, I was told by my mother.
The Senate was taking a series of votes on Thursday today related to the government shutdown. As you know, this is not the first time Mitch McConnell has fallen. His falls date back to 2019, and the photo you see on your screen is from earlier this year in February. He was injured during a fall in 2023 that resulted in a prolonged absence from the Senate as he was hospitalized. He also suffered 2 public freezes that year. McConnell has walked with a limp after overcoming polio at a young age. You just heard him talking about that. McConnell is set to retire from a decades-long political career at the conclusion of his term in January of 2027. In 2024, he stepped down from his role as party leader after a record-breaking 18 years at the helm of the Republican conference. A fire in an abandoned home in Louisville's Parkland neighborhood turned deadly this morning. Firefighters say 1 person is dead and 2 other people were rescued from the home. It happened at a house on South 31st Street off West Broadway, you see from our drone today. Firefighters say the building was abandoned by the owner. They got the blaze under control just before 8 a.m. We took a look at the codes and regulations. We found that they visited the house 79 times over the last 13 years. Most recently on June 10th, an inspector cited the property owner for a basement window that had its boarding ripped off. A previous resident of 31st Street said he's had problems himself.
Vacant houses either need to be boarded up or the landlords need to take time and check through their properties to make sure nobody's living in them.
Louisville Fire Department said vacant houses are especially dangerous because the department usually doesn't find out about the fire until a neighbor calls it in, like in this case. That gave the fire time to spread to nearby homes. You may remember our recent story. Louisville has made some simple but substantial changes in how they board up vacant homes, thanks to the new Vacant and Abandoned Properties pilot program, trading plywood for what you see here, see-through plastic, to board up properties north of Market Street between 18th and 26th. In late July, the ordinance reached a unanimous committee approval. It will require all at-risk vacant and abandoned properties to be secured if passed by the Metro Council. The mayor claims abandoned house fires are down 63% in the Portland and Russell neighborhoods thanks to the new plastic initiative. Happening tonight, the Louisvillian of the Year award goes to two amazing citizens of the River City tonight. This 75-year-old honor is awarded by the American Advertising Agency of Louisville. Two born and raised Louisvillians were celebrated tonight. Carol Jones Clay and Ken Clay are each Louisvillians of the Year. The philanthropist couple has a burning passion for the arts. Carol donates her time to many community boards, such as the Kentucky Derby Festival and the Louisville Fund for the Arts. Her husband, Ken Clay, is a noted historian who started his own art consulting firm. He's also an entertainment producer for World Fest. Carol emphasized Louisville's important services.
We hope that folks realize if you need the Center for Women and Families, you go. If you need Family Scholar House, you go. If you want a Girl Scout, be a Girl Scout of Kentuckiana, be one. Be what you need and want to be in this community. We have it all.
Way to go, and congratulations. Their contributions to the arts and the Louisville community scene has been greatly appreciated. The couple hopes to inspire citizens to make a difference through their work and passion for our community. On the night team, President Trump's former national security advisor indicted today. We've got the latest information on the extensive charges and his reaction up next on the night team.
And as we continue to go into this weekend, we're tracking chances for some thunderstorms, especially for Saturday evening, overnight into Sunday morning, some of them containing gusty winds. Details about that forecast are coming up here in just a bit. Here's an update on the Kentucky Lottery jackpot numbers. The Mega Millions, $625 million. The Powerball, $295 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.